In a small town nestled somewhere you might not find on a map, lived a community painted with every color imaginable. Not just the colors of the houses, which were bright shades of saffron, sky blue, and emerald green, but the colors of faith, of belief, and of tradition. In this town, the air was filled with a unique symphony, the gentle chime of a church bell, the resonant call to prayer from a minaret, the soothing chant from a temple, and the quiet hum of meditation from a monastery. They were all different, yet they all blended into one harmonious melody that was the town's heartbeat. People here didn't just live next to each other. They lived with each other. They believed that while paths to the divine might be many, the destination of peace and kindness was one. This wasn't just a belief they talked about. It was a life they lived. Mrs. Chen, who ran the corner bakery, would always send a basket of her mooncakes to the Singh family during Diwali, and in return, Mr. Singh would share his wife's delicious homemade samosas during the Lunar New Year. It was a language of love, spoken through food and simple gestures. The festivals were a sight to behold. During Christmas, the entire town would be adorned with lights, and it was the kids from the synagogue who often had the best ideas for decorating the town's large Christmas tree. During Eid, tables would be laid out in the main square, and everyone, regardless of their faith, was invited to break the fast together. Laughter echoed through the streets, a universal language that needed no translation. They shared stories, they shared joy, and they shared the understanding that a festival for one was a celebration for all. And the children, they were the truest reflection of the town's spirit. They played games of tag in the fields that lay between the church and the temple. Their friendships were not bound by the walls of their places of worship. You'd hear their happy shouts, "Tag, you're it," and then, "Hey, come join us." It didn't matter if your name was David, Aisha, or Rohan. The only thing that mattered was if you were a fast runner or a good hider. They learned from a young age that a friend is a friend, and that a heart filled with kindness is the most sacred place of all. One year, a heavy storm damaged the roof of the old synagogue. It was a beloved building filled with history and memories. The community was heartbroken, worried they wouldn't be able to repair it before their most important holidays. But the very next morning, something beautiful happened. People started showing up. The town's carpenter, a devout Christian, arrived with his tools. A group of Muslim men who worked in construction came with lumber and supplies. Hindu families organized a fundraiser, selling food to collect money for the repairs. The children helped too, carrying small things and singing songs to keep everyone's spirits up. They watched as their parents, uncles, and neighbors worked side by side. They saw the priest, the imam, and the rabbi sharing tea, discussing the best way to fix a leaky gutter. In these moments, the children weren't just watching a roof being repaired. They were learning the most important lesson of their lives, that a community is a family, and you always show up for family. In a world that often focuses on differences, this little town was a testament to the power of unity. They knew that their different beliefs didn't weaken them, they enriched them. Each prayer, in its own unique way, was a wish for peace, for health, and for happiness for everyone. The town of many colors and many prayers was more than just a place to live. It was a living, breathing example of how humanity can thrive, not in spite of its differences, but because of them. They showed the world that the strongest bridges are not made of stone or steel, but of respect, understanding, and love. Thanks for watching, and if this story touched your heart, consider subscribing for more.